And now you know what always happens to a man that gets broken? He tries to go back to the one that he should have never let go. And she's already long gone.
On to the next one.
I have a question for you, Rico.
Yeah.
And Aaron, actually.
Wait. Okay, if that's for both, I have another question. I have a question. Why do you think we as a society are so delusioned as to our available options? Because I
want to add that, and you take it right from there, right?
Because I have a real. I don't know why we delusional.
No. So I'm gonna give it to you, and you can ask Rico this question. Because we're not live no more.
Okay.
So we're actually filming. Why do women confuse dudes that want to fuck them with dudes that want to be with them? That's what creates the delusion.
But what's the creates the delusion for men though?
Because no, not for men, for women. What happens is, like, if a man rents a Lambo and he starts acting like it's his, he's delusional.
Facts.
A woman will meet a dude that's that dude. Yeah, he's going to fuck you, ma. And he's going to fuck you good. And he's going to fuck you for a week or two.
And
but he's not going to wife you.
She's delusional.
So she's going to go to the next one because there are women that could catch high caliber guys. But all he wants to do is fuck.
You know what?
Okay. That goes back. That's what I was going to say. Go ahead.
So,
it's back to you, Enrico, because
okay. One, I want you to tell me, like, why do you think men, and I guess we'll address Alan's question. What is it, do you think about, like, society in general or wherever our mindsets are? Like, why do you think that men are delusional about what their available options are?
Men are delusional?
Well, because you're talking about in a relationship, you know, like, you don't know. You said something about options, like we don't know what our true options are.
I mean, I don't think, see, it's so hard because if I had to speak from a guy's standpoint and a guy's point of view, it's different. That statement is generalized, right? But for most men, I got to peel back the layers. Men start off with their value at 0 when they're born. Women start off with their value at 100 when they're born.
Really?
Yeah. Got to think about it. Let's speed this up and say that they're 18, both of them. A man at 18 is still valued at 0. He has nothing he can do to offer to get any woman and start any family.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
A woman is still 100%, even at 18 and maybe even younger, but we're not going to go that far. Yeah. At 18, she's still heavily sought, depending on her aesthetics, right? And sometimes it doesn't even matter, depending on where country you're in. So at 18, she's still heavily sought. And she hasn't done anything. She hasn't achieved anything. All she did was exist for 18 years.
I see what you're saying.
A man existed for 18 years and he's valued at 0. Maybe he goes to school, college-wise, and he graduates at 20, 22, 23, and now he's up 10%, right? Now this woman that's at 22, she's at 100, but if she sleeps around a lot and she's out there a lot, she goes down to 90. So he's at 10% and she's at 90. Now, if you go higher, now let's go straight to 30, right? They're both 30. She had 3 failed relationships. She did all these extravagant things. He never really had money, but now he finally got a 6-figure paying job.
That's like by average people.
Okay, he got $75,000 now he's making a year. It's a little bit higher than average.
That's actually, it's like double.
Okay, he's making $60,000 a year. That's cool. 65.
I don't know. I'm just trying to break this down for, like, average people.
Average. Okay, so what I'm saying is, also we got to figure out what age is that average stat. Is that stat that we talk about when we're talking about a salary? Is that accompanying?
I would say like a 40-year-old person.
18 to 40, or we come like because
right. Let's say it's
35 to 40.
Let's say 30.
You're telling me most 35 to 40-year-old men only make $45,000 a year?
No, Rico. We're telling you 35 to 65 only makes $44,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So average age.
Okay.
Yeah.
But So based on what we know, right, being here at 8 at the table, we know that most men become financially stable by 33. So maybe he might only be making $45,000, $50,000 a year, but maybe his credit is good, so he has a nice, good, comfortable line of credit that he can consistently pay off and provide maybe an apartment, a house, whatever the case may be. And $45,000 in New Jersey is nothing, but $45,000 in Atlanta, Georgia is a lot.
It ain't.
Well,
It ain't.
Did you get what I'm saying? Like I'm saying somewhere it's, you know,
In Alabama.
word. But as he goes up the ranks and he starts to make money, and as long as he's making money and taking care of himself, his value starts to rise, right? If a girl is 30 years old and she's not, obviously, you know, maybe she might be making money, maybe she might not, but she's living her life. By living her life, I mean exploring all her options, her value will only decrease because she already started with 100. She can't go up to 100. So now we go speed up to 45 years old, right? Now we realize the option part that we're talking about. See, I said this on 8 at the table. Most average millionaires become a millionaire at the age of 56, I think it was.
Yes, in the 50s.
Right? So at 50 years old, as a millionaire man, you can still double back and get those options. Your options will be more than it will be for a woman, right? And so now when we talk about the mirage or the facade of options that we think that we have time, because women think that they have time because they could do whatever they want to do. Men think that they have time because they're like, eventually I'll get to it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Either way, both ends of the spectrum are detrimental to you, because even if you were to be a lucky 50-year-old man with money, how many of those women that you think that you're actually with are really with you for you?
Right.
You're going to end up alone, or you're going to end up paying for your love for the rest of your life. Miserable, if you ask me, my opinion. As a woman, you don't want to end up alone and be by yourself, and you don't also, you know, want to run through your options and exercise all your options, thinking that you would eventually get picked up by somebody that would treat you right.
So, and then like, I understand what the point that Alan was making.
I don't know if I actually really said what I'm trying to say.
What you're saying is that when you start at 100%, ain't nowhere to go but down.
Exactly.
It's sort of like Netflix did Netflix peak?
Not yet. They're close to it.
They didn't peak because they people are like, you know,
They're over it.
yeah.
And
They're not over the content. They're over
but
the price.
the whole thing that
That's
I'm
at
trying to
$20
say,
now.
it was like $20. But the thing is, like, you know, we try to be out here on 8 at the table and try to tell people we're not trying to mislead you. We're just trying to help you from making a bad decision that feels like a good one.
Word.
That's all we're trying to do. So when a woman's like, I'm a boss, I'm like, you can't even read a P&L. You never made payroll.
Yeah.
You don't even know what a 1099 or a 1040 or a 1065 is.
Exactly.
How
But
are
you're a
you
boss.
a boss?
I'd be confused.
You know, you could say I'm an earner. I know how to earn, and every earner does become a boss. Every soldier becomes a general, but you can't just wake up in the morning and get a CEO card and call yourself a CEO.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Hey, I said that earlier. EBITDA.
You know, people
P&L, like.
people be forgetting.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to jump on that wave at that time. I was like, I was with you though.
Because you know what I'm saying.
But Essa was like, you were confusing the people.
But you know what I'm saying.
100%. But
Right.
what I'm saying to you is, you want to be a boss, don't miss payroll.
Yeah,
That's it.
at all.
And when your payroll is 110 people,
You gotta take care
Shit,
of
if
them.
it's 10 people.
then you're a boss.
Yeah.
Shoot.
You know what? I'm thinking about what Alan was saying. A lot
on your face.
of women get delusional about picking their man because of. Listen, I'm tired of putting the blame on social media. So I'm gonna find a way to talk about social media without talking about social media.
Society.
Society has mastered. Well, first of all, we live in a world of illusion.
And disillusion.
Yeah, and disillusion, right? And disbelief at this point. But so because we have so much illusion that's going on, and anybody can make the illusion, create their own illusion of themselves. I can make you think I'm the most nicest person in the world, but when you meet me, I'm a stone cold asshole.
You know what it is? Everybody is creating an avatar.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. It's an avatar.
It's bait, and everybody's fishing for something.
Mm-hmm.
And it look good, and then you bite the hook, and they reel you in, and now next thing you know, you're on an unwanted boat in a fish market
With a hook in your jaw.
like, and the thing is, like, you know, like I said this before, I really believe that if we just take some of the stats, right? So many people grow up misfortunate or unfortunate, right? And when they grow up unfortunate, then you go on Instagram and you see somebody living their life. You see somebody buying all these things. You see somebody posing next to cars. I say posing because we don't know if they're rented or not theirs at all.
In the parking lot.
In the parking lot. And then, yo, like, I done seen some crazy, like, there was one dude that's from New Jersey, and my boy sent him to me. He's like, yo, look at him, bro. What is he doing? I'm like, yo, this man is 31 years old. He's dressed head to toe, probably like a $5,000 outfit. But he's sitting on, like, it looked like a 98 Honda Civic. And we're like, where's your priorities at? You are so like, because typically you're not going to show your car, but you can show your fit. So people think that you got money. So then you go ahead, you go on Instagram. Listen, I'm an Instagrammer. I mean, I done shopped on Instagram for women, and I done got it, you know, many times. So
You gotta teach the audience how to do that, Rico.
teach the audience how to do it.
Yeah, you gotta teach the guys one day how to shop on Instagram for women.
You want me to do that right now?
No, not while I'm here.
No, not like
Very vaguely.
That's for you and Esso.
But like,
you and Aaron right now, y'all private jet and yachts, you know.
yeah.
Let's not bring down
Let's not go down.
Let's not go to the rowboats.
Yeah.
But you got dudes and women both, right, that are, you know, portraying themselves to be something more than what they are on social media, and then these people are so desperate to find somebody like their idols, right, or the people that they deem to be of high status, that they'll bite the bait and know that a woman will know she's making a wrong decision and still do it to convince herself that it is the right one.
What you mean?
Dating the wrong man.
You said she'll make the wrong decision but stay to convince herself?
No, in the process, she's like, let's say she's seeking out this man, or she's allowing this man to seek her out. She knows that
She doesn't want to be wrong.
She
Gotcha.
knows she knows it's the wrong guy, but she's convincing herself that it's right.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And then next thing you know, she ends up putting herself in a position that's, you know, could cause all types of stuff.
Detrimental.
Heartbreak, insecurities. A lot of men will use women to put everything in their name, and then now, you know, her credit and her finances are dropped. But she knew this before getting. See, if you ask Esso, and he's not here to defend himself, they don't care, or they don't know better, right? But in my opinion, I think that they're just naive. Because they know the truth. They don't want to believe the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a man. A man will risk it all for a woman, which doesn't make sense to me, right? A man will risk it all for a woman and know it's the wrong woman, but don't care.
But why is he doing it?
But I got a question for
When a man loves, when a man is actually in love, there is no talking him out of his own.
Wait,
Wait,
Rico.
but why isn't it the same thing?
I got a question for both
Why
of you
isn't he
guys.
just
Because men don't love as much.
I got a question for both of you guys.
okay?
Rico and Aaron.
I need juice.
I'll get you something.
Okay.
So why is it when a man sees a woman in a bad relationship or a woman sees a man in a bad relationship, they both come to them and say, I could treat you better, but the person don't go to them?
I don't even know that.
I think maybe they don't go to them because they're trying to, like you said, maybe they're trying to stick it out, hoping for the best, thinking that, you know, this person just can't be as shitty as they're acting. They just can't be as shitty as they're appearing. Like, there has to be something good here. And a lot of times we invest so much time that we don't want to walk away from that bad investment. I'll give you a perfect example. A person their residence, or the house that they live in. You just keep pouring money into it, keep pouring money into it. You know, you might be late on the bills. You might be, you know, you can't keep up with the yard. No. Oh, no, I don't want that. Juice? Oh, yeah, juice.
It's open, but
No, it's fine. I just need something like sweet because my sugar is going to drop.
here we go.
I can get you. Oh, okay.
I don't even have
Thanks.
my eyes on.
Yeah, you bugged that
I'm different right now.
since you walked in.
You know, and a lot of times it's hard. You know, you've lived in this house for 10 years, but you struggled the whole time with it. That experience hasn't been good, but like, man, I know I can make it happen. I know I can do it, but it's just a bad investment. And it's hard for people to bite that bullet
And say that it was a bad investment.
and just cut your losses and just walk away. That's a very hard, because it's like, you know what? I failed. I made a bad decision. That's a hard pill to swallow. And I think that's what that might be one of the reasons for it.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing when we talk about, well, first and foremost, I don't think let me actually time that out. I done heard and seen and know dudes that said, yo, and I think that's the most corniest thing you do as a guy, by the way, is to go to a girl who's getting mistreated, right, in her relationship, or she's just not happy in her relationship, and be like, I could treat you better.
I used to think like that, but I realized that.
Yuck.
Why is it corny?
It's terrible.
I used to think exactly like we're going to think 1,000% until I found that men have more female tendencies than
Oh,
women.
yeah. 100%.
So, but then to be open-minded about it, I started saying to myself, maybe he could treat you better, and I could get better.
I mean, my thing is,
That's just for me, though. If you feel another man could treat you better than I can, please go.
By all means.
Because I want to go.
yeah, but like, I'm cool on leaving. I'm cool with the separation part. Listen, I was never that person where I'll tell you, oh, we've been together for 6 years. I was never
ready
that
to cut.
person. I don't care how many
Cut my
years.
losses.
Listen,
Bro,
if
you
I,
wanna talk some shit, I'll tell y'all niggas some shit. I'll be like, yo, I never thought of that. Because, you know, I was like, he could treat you better.
go.
Go.
Yeah,
But I know he can.
I know he can't.
But if you in your heart of hearts feel that somebody else can do that for you, do not waste your time and do not waste my time.
Yo, I did
right?
that with my first girlfriend, right? I had this.
Ashley.
Her name was Amber. No, that wasn't, that was, you're triggering. She's triggering. So look, my first girlfriend,
Camera can't see me, just on two of y'all.
Oh, okay.
my first real girlfriend, right? There was this one dude, first of all, she was the girl that nobody could really get in high school.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it.
No. That was after that. I got that one
okay.
after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to double down. So, I got to get my confidence back. So, when I dated her, right, whatever, we graduated high school, and there was a person who was a year older who graduated high school who I was cool with. And every time he saw me outside of high school, because I was still in high school, my senior year, he was graduating. He's like, yo, what's up? You still dating? What's her name? I'm like, yeah. All the time he would ask me. Then even when I was in college, he would ask me. Every time I seen him, he would ask me. When we broke up, when I tell you this man, when we really broke up.
He was waiting.
Bro, when we really broke up, I was like, yo, you know, it's been like 2 months. I haven't talked to you. Like, you know, coming home for the summer. I tried to double back. And I was like, you talking to anybody? She goes, actually, yeah. I'm like, who's? Then she said this man's name. I said, wow.
Plotting the whole time.
He been waiting for his opportunity. And I'm not mad because she's bad. But here's the funny thing. He thought he could treat her better. He was one of those.
See,
And it ended too.
I could understand doing that to hit. I can't understand doing that.
To cuff.
Like a real thing.
Yo, no, they dated for like 2
I
years.
just want to hit. Like,
You know what I'm saying? For a real thing.
no, not a real thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to hit.
But you know good women. When you get a good woman, you know a good woman. You don't know a good woman?
Such thing as a good woman.
Is Yumi back there?
They left.
Right. You definitely wasn't gonna say that shit when Yumi was sitting right here.
I'm not.
Is that of course I'm not.
Aaron, come on.
What's a good woman?
That's very subjective.
What's a good woman in the woman's eyes? Because I
I don't think
believe.
that's a good woman. I think there's such thing as the right woman.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But a lot of women
Are
think
there good
they
men?
say they're
Yeah, there's great men.
no, I just
okay, I'm with you.
but see I would never say that. I would say it's
There are great men.
Would you say there's great men?
very subjective.
Would you say that there's great men?
Does a great man exist? Yes. Does a great woman exist? Like it's very
I ain't asked,
subjective.
does it exist? Like,
I'm not with you. Rico's not with you. If somebody came in here, we both gonna protect you.
What does
Somebody
that
came in here
mean?
with a gun, he and I both will protect you.
Cap,
And we have kids and a
He'll-
family.
he'll protect
And
you.
we'll both will protect you.
I'm making it
make
home
sure
to my
you're
daughter.
okay.
Okay. But
That's good.
You're not gonna protect us.
I'm gonna run.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So a good man is okay.
That's
wow.
a good man. There's no such thing as a.
That's a good woman.
I'm sorry, I'm just fucking around.
I was like, I don't understand how this doesn't make. I mean, how does this make sense? I'm literally trying to like add together, like add it together, make it make sense.
Sometimes I really convince myself to believe that people are better than what they are,
They are.
A lot of people do that.
but I know the truths about them, so I struggle with it.
If you could get to the facts, right? Which you guys were just talking about people and delusion, right? If I was, let's say if I had a side girl, I got me a little side chick, I'm chilling. She's like, I could do better than you. Like, all right, do it. You know, you should. I actually.
I encourage it.
I encourage you, but we go out to eat 4 times. You have this, you have that. After I look at what I spent at the end of the month, it's about $8 grand. Almost $100 grand.
Word.
That's just hanging
Over a
out.
year.
Over,
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
that's
12
just hanging
months.
out. So, do better. So you go out, and you go out, and you go out, and you go out. But I'm rooting for you.
To try to see if you can actually
No,
do
I
it.
actually want you to be like, yo,
I did better.
I did better.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be more proud of you.
Facts.
But if you double back,
I'm gonna laugh at you.
I'm not going to laugh. I'm just going to be like, oh, okay.
Told you so.
I'm not that type
Which
of person.
drops.
I'm
Bro,
like,
but you know why I'm like that? Because I understand numbers. Because the numbers are against you.
Yeah.
yeah. They're never really with you.
They're not with you. And that's with everything else. Like,
Gambling. Yep.
with what we're doing, everything I'm doing is to try to get the numbers to be with us.
Mm-hmm.
And not because
Yeah.
the numbers are already against you.
All the time.
We're in a business that
It's not in your
we're going to
favor.
be very successful.
Yeah.
But our success rate is based on less than 1% or 2% or 3%.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a person who understands to make numbers work
Wow.
for you, not against you.
That one.
So when somebody's like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna make the numbers work, I want to be like, oh shit, I'm like a kid.
Teach me.
Teach me.
Yep.
Like how like
Nah, I
what
get
do
it,
I
yeah.
do? How to position myself
Yeah.
to
How do
make
you
the
make
yeah.
the numbers
Yeah.
work for you?
I get that
Because I'm like,
100%.
oh my god, I turn it like a retard. I am like, oh
He's
my
telling me. He's
God.
telling me.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Because I know what I'm doing to make the numbers work for me, and you already
Like
tell
you
me-
got something else?
yeah.
No, I get it.
And then it becomes delusional, and that's how relationships are.
Yeah.
I can see that. I see what you're saying.
Sometimes, right? I think that people are so miserable right now.
Yeah.
I think people are so
Like as a general, just across the board.
general. People are so miserable right now that they could stay in a miserable relationship.
Okay, so I think the one thing that we have to do is, and of course there are people in miserable relationships. The one thing is like understanding like 80-20, 25-75 versus misery. Because a lot of people,
Yeah.
Okay.
Give that game to Rico though, so he could get because
So-
he's 100. He's not listening to nothing.
like earlier when
Yeah,
I was saying like
I'm-
80-20,
I'm like,
80-20, 25-75 is like nothing is gonna hit on all cylinders all the time. So you have to understand in your mind and prioritize what is important to me at this point in my life. What can I deal, what bullshit can I tolerate while enjoying the best of everything else in my life? You know,
Yeah.
like for instance, there's some shit my husband do that gets on my fucking nerves. But I'm like, am I willing to leave 80% that's good and great and brings me joy and happiness for the 20% that really grinds my fucking gears, no.
That's how I feel
The
about
numbers don't
cheating.
make sense. What you mean?
Like, I don't understand cheating from a woman's perspective, especially when a man has the ability to have all the options, right? If he's doing 80% of the good and 20%, where does, a situation where he was cheating fall? Does it flip all the way from 80 to 20? Is that action that he exercised weigh that much to supersede the original 80% good that he was doing?
I think that all depends on what you have established in your relationship as a deal breaker. Because if that's not a deal breaker, you be like, okay, got you. I'm at to get my lick, but okay, we're gonna still be together.
I'm gonna get my lick.
But
That's
I'm not gonna leave because it's 80-20. Like, that's not a deal breaker for me. But and at the same token, like, men are willing to give away the 80% when a woman steps out on 15% or the 20%. And I, just like you just broke it down, I don't particularly understand why a man would be able to give away 80% of an incredible marriage just because his wife slept with somebody else.
Okay, so the only way it's fair is if I already did it.
But why?
Because for a man, all right, so it is different, right? And you know me, I'm the one that says equality, 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 but at the end of the day, it will never be 50-50. And because it would never be 50-50, there are certain things a woman will always have in her favor, and there's going to be certain things that a man's going to always have in their favor. And unfortunately, for women, the sexual partnership or sexual partner experience for men is always going to be in their favor, right? So when we go about it, men are more prideful, right, of their relationships in their marriage. Because I'm going to say, and depending on what type of men we're talking about, if I'm paying, listen, I'm going to say this to everybody, so I want all women to understand this. You want a man that's a provider. If I am providing for you, if I'm taking care of these bills, I don't care if it's 80-20 or 70-30. If I'm taking care of majority of these bills in this house, I'm finding a way to give you some sex that you want and sex that I want too, right? I got to put that out there. If we have a child, I'm taking care of my responsibilities as a father. And I'm making sure that emotionally I'm there for you to some capacity. And the man is not perfect, right? But I'm doing all of these things. If you decide to step outside of me when I'm giving you all of these things, and providing is the main thing, because I just listed 4 ways I'm providing for you, that means you're not satisfied. You will never be satisfied with what I have to offer for you to go out there and sleep with somebody else. So that's why it's more of a deal breaker for a man than it is a woman. Now, if you want to play devil's advocate, if a woman is paying all these bills and a woman is doing all those things, she has the right to go sleep with somebody else too, and he has to be quiet.
Okay.
But when I'm taking care of you like you are my own, you do not have that right to explore those options.
So let me ask you a question. So you made a big point about it being financial taken care of, right? So what if you're providing financially, but the woman is doing everything else, spiritually, emotionally? She respects you as a leader. She respects you as a man. She lets you live. What do you mean?
How you respecting me as a leader and you're sleeping with somebody else?
I don't, those are two separate issues.
I don't think women are having sex frivolously as much as men. And usually when women have
I'm a woman. I know what's going on in these streets. Let your homeboys tell you what they think about women's sex lives. I'm going to tell you what I know about the sex lives of women.
When a woman cheats on her husband that's treating her good, right? Let's be realistic. A woman is cheating on her husband that's treating her good and handling majority of the things that he's able to. Like I said, he's not perfect, so he's not doing everything. And she sleeps with another man. most of those times, right? I'm speaking about majority, not all. Most of those times, you're telling me that there is no emotions attached to that woman stepping out of that marriage.
I don't know what most, but I'm gonna tell you, there's definitely times when it's just sex.
I mean, you're a woman. I can't argue with you. All I'm gonna say is we think differently, you know.
And I get that, but I
don't want that type of woman that could just have just sex.
Oh, you mean like with someone else?
I don't want a woman that could just have sex with just frivolous sex. I would want her to.
Okay, but what if she don't have sex? What if she? Okay, here we go.
She emotionally cheating?
She talking to this dude on the computer. She talking to him at work. She on the phone. She text messaging him, seeing him at the grocery store. X, Y, and Z. She ain't having sex with him, but that is her relationship with him.
Can I ask you how long has this been transpiring?
I don't know. The same amount of time it transpired. Like I don't know. A month.
Doesn't matter.
A month. So a month isn't very long.
She's getting ready to fuck him then.
Okay, let's say a year and they still haven't had sex.
If it's a year, I feel more comfortable. If it's a month, I don't trust it because, this is just from my understanding of women. Granted, I'm not a woman, right? My understanding of women, 30 days is like, okay, she could be getting herself ready to potentially explore those options. If she had a whole year and she didn't explore those options, I would self-reflect. If I found that out, I'd be like, damn, you know what? I'm sorry. What am I doing wrong that's making you seek this emotional attachment from somebody? Because that's all it is an emotional attachment, which can be fixed for most cases. I don't deem that as cheating.
Maybe he's not enough.
Who, me or him?
The husband.
The main guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it out loud, and I'm just saying to myself, like, as a man, I don't ever want to be with someone that I'm not enough for. But at the same time, I'm going to do my thing if I feel it needed. Not because a woman is not enough, but because it's just in my nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, most men will never fit a woman's perspective as what she deems to be this perfect guy while she's younger in her youth.
Which is why I always say, this is just my opinion, which is why I always say that when a man says, I'm not going to fuck around, but his girl's like, oh no, bring a girl. I'll go get you the girl. Like, what's that girl, Tiana Taylor, right? She's like, I get the girl. She brings the joints. I know a lot of women who brings the girls. But and I also know some of the girls who be like, I'll bring the girl, but I want a guy. You're not enough, my dude. You're not. You're not enough.
I disagree.
I think that women know who they could do that with, though.
No, you're not.
He's not enough, and he never was enough. Yeah, he never was enough.
She used that as an excuse to get what she wanted. It was just a passage through. More women are naturally attracted to women.
Really?
Yeah, it's more natural.
I think so.
Really?
That's why y'all can explore it, and it's not really gay.
Yeah, it's not weird.
What science is this based on?
Real life.
God.
Oh, they got their PhDs from Google. Just FYI.
It's G-O-D.
Oh my God.
You got your PhD from GOD.
I got my PhD from G-O-D. All right, yeah.
I'm really happy for this conversation, though. I think we definitely got at least an hour. But we had a good conversation, and the aesthetics are really, really good.
Yo, you matched me all day today, bro. She's been matching me all. We got the multicolored before we had.
I didn't even know.
Vibe.
I didn't even know. Alan was like, make sure you bring another outfit. I was like, I'm glad you said something. I did. Because I would have been in that cheetah all day.
Yeah, it's celestial. But this, yo, I'm going out to ABFF. Y'all coming?
I need. Yeah, like, what's the deal?
Right?
Like, what's?
So I was thinking about getting a house.
And shooting content?
We should shoot or we down there?
Come on, bro.
Let me, no, for real, like, let me know what the deal is so I can start planning out.
I know, but I'd rather work somewhere else.
We're going.
But I need to, like, buy a ticket and get my shit together.
So I was like, the Holston Hotel is the Ritz. Then I was trying to get like a presidential suite or you know, something huge. These guys just for like a suite, not even.
I think the Ritz Miami Beach.
Yeah, I stay there. I stayed there a few times. But the usually when I say I get like a suite, like a living room and everything,
yeah.
and it usually no exaggeration, cost me $900 a night.
That's not too
Which
bad.
is not bad.
Yeah.
It won 30.
Oh, you're saying for the? Oh, I was like,
oh,
that's so cheap.
because of the
$400
event.
a night. I was like, bro,
No.
$3,400 a night.
That's like 10 bands for the
I
weekend.
could. I've stayed in a $10 million house for
Right.
that kind of money.
Right.
So, but I'm just trying to figure out if we go, how does it go?
That's not
This
smart.
maniac with me, figuring out how that's gonna go, and
That's my excuse to vacate. Chill out. Like,
say one more time.
that's my excuse to vacate.
It's just,
I'm gonna be coming from California because I have
I'm
a.
going to ABFF. I said
No.
Wait, so who's going?
I'm making the plans now.
Yeah, I need to know. Let me know because I need to get a
So far,
ticket
this
and
is
do
who-
all my stuff.
Let's talk about who's invited.
Yeah, word, because that's a different conversation.
This is who I said I invited so far.
Let me check this off.
Did you say Nikki?
I'm gonna give you the list. Don't do that, because you know you're gonna put me in a terrible position when you do stuff like that.
Okay.
Nikki's moving.
Yeah,
Is she really?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
No, you gotta mute it. You can just mute it. Let me just mute
Top
it.
button, yeah.
All right. Wait, no. Don't mute it yet. Don't mute it yet. Give an outro. I'm sorry.
I muted it.
Unmute it. Unmute it real
right.
quick.
I'm on one battery, too.
All right, let's just do the outro real quick.
Go ahead, you might as well knock it out. You've been doing it all day, superstar.
All right, let's just
Give
do
you,
the outro.
hey, and post-production, Dan, right?
Yeah.
And post-production note, when Aaron goes like this, I want Aiden to the table to come out. Like SpongeBob, like.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We had a really great time creating content for you all. I hope you like our relaxed, chill.
Aaron, your mic is definitely not on.
I unmuted. Oh, maybe when I
top.
unscrewed this. No, it was like that.
Let me take a look at it.
No, it's on mute.
Because I'm feeding off of.
What about now?
Hold on. Is it on?
It should be. Let me see.
Look at it. Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was still muted.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've been working behind the scenes.
All right.
in
Can you hear me
production.
now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Good.
5,
Remember
4,
that- remember
3,
that? No.
3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Today was a great conversation with my boy Rico. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe. We have 100,000 subscribers now, so please tell your friends so we can get some more. We really want to share information with y'all. We want to share facts with y'all because we really want people to take away from what we have to say about sex, love, and relationships. Thanks for watching our 8 at the Table family, and we'll see you next time.